Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone, so we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
On today's episode of Don't Blame Me, we have Ned from the Try Guys, and he's a dad, so we did a lot of dad-related questions, like finance, polygamy, which I guess isn't really dad-related, but also a broken-off engagement, so it's juicy. And there's financial advice, because Ned's a dad. A lot of dad jokes, too. Keep watching. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Don't Blame Me. Today, we have an exciting guest, and if you're watching it, you can see who it is because he dressed up. It's Ned from the Try Guys.
Hello.
I'm so excited you're here. I've already told him that I'm a huge fan of the videos that you guys do.
Thank you so much.
I think they're very entertaining.
I did. I put on big boy pants today.
Big boy pants, big boy shoes.
Big boy shoes.
Big boy shoes.
You know,
you got a button up, very tan France of
you. I
you.
have a new baby
you do.
at home, so that
you're a dad.
Putting on clothes is a big step for me.
That don't have vomit on them.
Yeah.
Impressive. And he's a very cute baby. You guys, I watched the whole meet our baby video.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So cute. Like an exceptionally cute baby. And not all babies are that cute.
Oh, thank you.
Which unpopular opinion, but there's
I think a lot of people think it. They just don't say it.
Yeah. Well, so we're saying it here. A lot of babies aren't cute. You got a good one.
Wow.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a big honor.
I'll tell him. He'll
totally understand. No, tell him now.
Tell him now. Yeah.
He won't get too big of an ego though. That's like the thing you worry about. Infants with massive egos.
Mm-hmm.
And Melissa's also here.
Hello.
What? And guys, this is the podcast. I already said it was called Don't Blame Me, but you can hear me say it again just now. And this is an advice podcast where people call in, they leave voicemails, and then we give them advice. And if you guys want to call in for a future episode, if your life is going to shit, leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. And then international callers, you can email an audio file to meghanpodcast@gmail.com with your nice British accents or Australian accents. So how do you feel like you're at giving advice? Do you feel like you're good?
I think I'm pretty good at giving
Well,
advice.
you're a dad, so
I like,
by the way, you have to be good now.
I have to be good. The moment the baby came, I automatically got leagues better in giving advice.
I think that's what it is, because just saying that you're a dad, automatically people are going to take your advice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
you've
God.
a lot. There's a lot of pressure. I'm putting so much pressure on
my
you
own
now.
shoes are really big to fill.
Well, I'm excited. We've got some good calls, so guys, get ready. We're gonna rock your world. Oh no,
Any from Britain?
I don't know. Let's
Okay.
see. I'm gonna cross my fingers.
You don't pre-screen them?
I kind
So you have no idea what's going to
No,
come.
I do. I read summaries. I don't want to get spoiled on stuff.
Yeah.
So
She picks like a bunch and then I cut it down.
Okay.
So I'll pick ones that I like. So I didn't pick any ones that were like 16-year-old girls having sex, because I thought you might feel weird about giving advice on that. So we didn't do those for you.
I don't know how I would handle that.
Exactly. So we pre-screened those so you don't have to deal with those.
Hi, Megan. I am a 22-year-old senior in college. I'm actually going to be graduating this year, and I have a big problem with spending money. This is my 4th job in 4 years. I keep changing my job every summer, and this job I'm having right now, I'm sticking with it throughout my senior year, because I'm going to be going to work at the mall near my school. But I have a really, really bad problem with spending money. I have a credit card and a debit card, and I basically used up all of my credit card. I maxed it out, mainly because I had to pay off some school stuff. And each time I pay it off, I don't know why I decide to just buy like pizza or some stuff with my credit card instead of using my debit card. And then I finally get a job and I have my debit card and I stop using my credit card, and now I use up all my money on my debit card, which means I have a lot of overdraft fees. So I was just wondering if you have any ways that you could, I don't know, have some advice maybe to show me how I could stop using my money on useless things, and also to save up money, because no matter how many times I say I want to save up for a car, it never works out. So, yeah, thanks, and I hope to hear from it. So.
First of all, I don't think food is a useless thing to spend money on.
Yeah.
Like buying pizza, I mean, you have to eat.
Pizza is important.
But she's using her credit card instead of her debit card.
Okay.
Right. So she might be spending money that she doesn't
besides
have.
just pizza. I mean, is it stupid to say that maybe you just need maybe you keep your credit card, you don't have your credit card in your wallet? Like what, like, you know what I mean? Like if you like keep things separately, so you're not tempted to use your credit card for something that it's only like, I don't know, like, you know, like it's like for emergency, like school stuff only, and you don't bring it with you.
Yeah.
This is the opposite of a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah,
having
this
sex.
is
This is like perfect for dad advice.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
goodness.
you dad.
Bought a house.
Yeah, you did
I
buy
bought
a
a
house.
house this year.
Which you guys are
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just telling you things about your life because I know.
So I would tell the caller that making a budget is very important. So just write out what you think that you want to try and spend money on, and then be realistic as to like how much you actually tend to spend money on. You don't like try and cut everything in half all at once. And then just, if you're having trouble spending money on your credit card, like you can just use cash, like just only taking the amount of cash that you want to spend money on. I've even heard like you can put like 10 different jars for all of the 10 different buckets that like rent, food, entertainment, like put the amount of cash that you want to spend that month in that jar. And then once the jar's done, well, you're out of the budget for that month. So
that's smart.
Yeah.
That's much smarter than just not bringing your credit card with you.
That's a good move too, though.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you can physically see it too, because that's the thing, like I would say automatically, if you have on your laptop or anything where it has like the autofill or Apple Pay, get rid of that. Like, don't have that tempting thing of being like, oh, I'm shopping on Revolve and like it autofills. Like, I could buy this right now. Like, I don't even have to go grab my credit card and enter this stuff in.
One click on Amazon makes it so easy to
oh my God,
spend money.
So bad. I know some people who like will buy so much shit when they're drunk. My friend just bought, she thought she was buying one broom and she was drunk and she bought like, I think 2,000 brooms that are this big, like tiny brooms. I'm just like, what the fuck am I going to do with all of this?
Don't drink in Prime.
Yeah, don't drink in Prime. Exactly.
I know somebody that bought toilet paper that had like dollar bills on it.
Yeah. Just like everything's just too easily accessible. So I think like going and making sure you don't do any of that stuff. And then also like if you fail once in 1 month that you are like, shit, I've spent way too much money. I think kind of the same thing along with like when people are eating healthy. It's not like, oh, I spent a little too much. Let me just say fuck it for the rest of the month. Like a little bit of debt is better than a lot of debt. And I think just kind of like cut yourself some slack and know it's a learning curve. And then I would also say just like saving money wise, figure out like the amount of money people spend eating out and on alcohol. Like I don't drink and oh my God, I save so much money not drinking. Like it's so much cheaper. So if there are things like that where you're like, well, I don't want to sacrifice my fun and all of that, we'll be like, well, how fun is it when you don't have a car? Like prioritize that kind of stuff long term. And maybe you don't eat out for a month and then you cook at home and I always cook and save so much more. Like when I will place an order on Postmates, I'm like, cool, $50. That is literally like I could get groceries for that. And then I am not eating just one meal. So finding those ways to, and then invite your friends over and eat and they can bring food too. And you can do like a potluck. You don't have to go out and spend money to also like be in college and have fun.
And for saving, I would say don't put that at the end. Don't let that be the last thing you think about. Pay yourself first.
Yeah.
Like think of you saving as like you giving yourself a paycheck for the future.
Yeah. Oh, smart.
That is really smart.
That was a really good idea. But yeah, I think this is so many people deal with this stuff. I remember how expensive the small amount of time I was at college, how expensive it was. And it's rough. Find your one vice, maybe. Maybe like I want to treat myself like I want to be able to go out to dinner like once a month. But
so
it's
what's your vice?
Mine would be
workout classes.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's exactly what it'd be. Workout classes. That'd be that. So I think if you can find your one thing, it can't be like, like not to bring it back to diet, but it's the same thing like that. Like if you want to like get in shape, it can be like, well, you know what? I'm not going to give up French fries, but you can't be like, I'm not going to give up French fries, beer, soda, and ice cream. Like pick one thing and maybe it changes month to month. Maybe you're like, this month I want to like have one fun night out with my friends and do all of that. Or this one night I want to go out to dinner and do stuff. So treat yourself with that so it doesn't feel like you're drowning in it. And then like the next month, maybe you treat yourself to something else and then you'll appreciate it more.
Yeah.
And then also if you have clothes that don't fit, like sell stuff on like whatever, all those websites that don't sponsor us. So I'm probably not going to give you a free plug, but yeah, stuff like that. Like figure out those kind of things too, to kind of make money in between your job as well. And then one day you can buy a house.
You need that good credit.
That is true. Oh my goodness. When it came to buying a house, even like small differences in your credit score suddenly
I don't know my credit score.
Thousands of dollars difference.
Have your credit score.
I should know my credit score.
Yeah. Most credit card companies will give you like free alerts every month and it'll just ping you what it is. So you can just sign up on the website.
Oh, I get nervous looking at stuff like that. I'm like, what if all my money disappears?
It won't. That has nothing to do with money.
I don't know. But then if I'm like, then my bank will be like talking to me a lot. And then I don't know. I don't even like answering the phone because I get scared I'm in trouble.
No, but like you can
sign
up. So
you don't look at your online banking ever?
No.
You just sign up for like the alerts and they'll ping you like if something weird is happening on your account. Like for some reason, somehow my email address got on the dark web and they pinged me.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I had to go through and change all my passwords for everything.
I thought the dark web was a lie. Now I know it's not. I know someone who's personally
and my email address is on it.
Shut
www.darkweb.net
/Melissa. Oh my God. You have your own landing page? That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's a lot. And also if you're not good with money, which no, I'm not going to assume that you're not, even though you've kind of said that you're not great with money. If you have like a friend who's like really great with money and can like help you kind of sit down and do your budget, I would do like that. Cause I've got I have like my finance people who do that because that's not how my brain works. And I'm not going to be like cocky and be like, I can totally do this myself. So I think doing that and having a friend, maybe you have a friend who's like a
A finance major.
Great. I almost said a math major.
That could help too.
Well, and also if you do it with a friend, even if it's not a finance major, say it's just one of your friends that's also struggling with spending too much, then you can have that support network.
Yeah. True.
So like they can,
if everyone's like, come on, we're all going out, and both of you can be like, oh, we're so busy, we can't. And you're both like, no, let's like save money and not do this. Yeah. Plus everyone's broke in college.
Yeah.
And there are so many great, like, fun, free things that you can do. You know, there are
You
free screenings. There, sleeping
studying, napping, studying.
Oh, goodness.
I finished school.
Whoa, low fucking blow, dude. Hella low blow. I'm gonna picture you next time we're at boxing. You're gonna be my bag.
I'll be right next to you.
You will be. Maybe I'll miss and hit you instead. No, I won't. It's okay. I saved money. There you go.
You did.
I did save money. I don't have college. I don't have student loans.
Yeah, but I do. So that's the throwaway from that.
Hardly a student. I was pretty much part-time the whole time, which was not a long time. Okay. On to the next call.
Hey Megan, I'm 17. I'm going to be 18 in 2 weeks, and I'm about to start college. And I have never had a boyfriend or been asked out, so I'm kind of a mess. I get nervous around guys, and I tend to self-sabotage myself. And every time somebody starts to flirt with me, I clam up, and I want to, date, but I just have no idea how to go about it. So I need some help getting out of my own head.
Oh my gosh, she's the cutest in the world.
She's like, I'm getting through those 3 minutes.
Yeah, she's going so fast. She's like, I'm so nervous about dating. I'm also nervous about this call. Okay, let's finish. Goodbye. I mean, you're a boy.
Yeah.
Who's married.
Right.
Successfully.
So I've done it.
So you've done it. So what do you have to say?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I really relate to that, like, being nervous. Like, I'm nervous right now. I'm nervous right now, Megan. Like,
I'm always nervous.
It's not ever something that goes away. And it's not easy.
Yeah.
But like just going and treating it like something like a muscle that you can like practice and like get better at over time. And it's okay if like sometimes when you're like trying to introduce yourself to someone, you kind of stumble and like mess up. That's fine. But just like keep going and keep getting better at talking to people.
Yeah.
And I think that I detected some elements of really being just like the pressure of the end result of like getting a boyfriend and having a stable relationship. Don't think of that. Just think of like, what can I learn about this person? What can I discover in terms of having a conversation?
Yeah.
And then, it's like maybe they aren't going to work out and be your boyfriend, but it's okay. You've gotten better at talking to someone, like opening up and learning something new about somebody else.
And I think it's also, I'm 100% with you on it being a muscle. I always tell my friends and callers people who call into the podcast of being like, even if you don't have the intention of meeting somebody on a dating app, like, or going out on a date with somebody that you might not really like them, the amount of dates I've gone out with like people, I mean, this sounds bitchy, whatever, that I was like, I'm not that interested in you, but like, I really like this other guy. And like, I haven't been on a date in a couple of weeks. Like I want to have practice. So like, I'm going to go out with you and do that. Like did that with my boyfriend, like my current boyfriend. He was like, you went on so many dates right before you said you would go out with me. I was like, yeah, I just want to like make sure I was like on my A game because I think like it is like, it's not only just like a muscle of you practicing like the awkwardness of small talk and all of that, but it's also
how are you gonna hit a home run if you don't hit up the batting cages every once in a while?
Honestly, you have to audition for the roles that you want, like, and also you have to figure out what you like too, and like if you actually like those people. Like I'm so guilty of kind of building people up in my head, and then by the time that you meet them, you're like, oh wow, I was so concerned about this person liking you that I was like, I don't even know if I fucking like you. Like I haven't been thinking about if you're who I'm interested in, and I would say approach it the same way. The same kind of mentality as friends, just knowing that nobody, no matter how confident anybody seems with like dating or meeting new people, like nobody is. Everybody, like every person you date in every relationship is going to be so different. So even somebody who's had a lot of experience and had a lot of like partners or girlfriends or whatever, they've never been with you. So this is still a new thing. Like every first date is still nerve-wracking. Like all of it is always going to make you nervous, but you're not at a disadvantage because you've never been there. Someone else isn't going to be as, I think everybody just gets equally as nervous. But if you start, I would say go on like the first time you like start really going out with people, go out with someone you don't really care that much about. So you're like, cool, if it's not that, like if this goes terribly wrong, like you're not the love of my life and I haven't been pining over you for years. So let me just do this. And then like, cool, like got that over with. It's like getting like a first kiss over with. If you don't like want to, like if you, I don't know, that was like, I mean, that wasn't my mentality. The guy who was my first kiss, like really cute. But no, but like, I think like there's,
like really special.
it was like, and I mean, granted, he then ghosted me way later. What?
Did you get a leg pop?
Did I get a leg pop? Oh, no. I mean, honestly, maybe. I was like 15. So
Wait,
maybe
what's
I was
a
like,
leg pop?
Princess Diaries?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, having straight boys on the show is weird.
Oh,
They don't have Princess Diaries.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Mia
saw
Thermopolis,
it.
an icon.
I just don't remember every moment of it.
Her thing was like when she gets her first kiss, she wants her leg pop.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that now.
It was very cute. But yeah, no, he ghosted me, and then like 3 years ago, at least more than 3 years ago, saw him at a bar, and he was like, "Oh my God, like we should totally hang out." Like he had no idea who I was and didn't remember me, and like tried to like pick me up, and then he finally realized, and then he was like, "Oh my God, do you want to come over?" I was like, "No, this is all I needed. Goodbye." And then I left.
Good.
It was great. It felt so good.
But if you like put someone in this kind of like, just so you imagine the idea of them way more than actually talking to them.
They can never live up to it.
Yeah.
And then it's like that when you make a friend, you're like, oh, do we vibe? You're not thinking so much about the other person. And that's, I think, the biggest hurdle of dating is you focus so much on the other person and not like, oh, do we work well together? Like when you meet like a friend, if you're like, oh, wow, her and I really don't vibe. We're not the same. We really don't vibe. Or like, she's like, yeah, like, no, like totally nice or whatever. Like treat it the same way. And I think you'll realize that makes you way calmer because you'll be worrying less about impressing them and just trying to get to know them too. And everybody's just as nervous. Also, especially like young, like teen boys, college freshman boys are not cool. Like they may like you think that they're cool.
Even the cool ones are not cool.
They're not cool at all.
Oh yeah.
True. At all. So I wouldn't stress and worry about that. Plus you also have a ton of guys like going from college who like were not cool and were not hot in high school, but then got hot, and then they're gonna go to college and have no idea that they're hot, and then they'll be great. It'll be a good time. My nephew was like that.
Yeah.
He
suddenly got hot.
He had a really good glow up.
Oh,
but
wow.
like everybody remembered him from like what he like when he like was like, because he went to like the same like elementary school, middle school, high school stuff. Then he went to college. And I was like, dude, you're gonna get lots of bitches. And he's like, please stop. I'm like, no, you can get hella bitches. He got hella bitches.
Wow.
Really proud of him. Okay. Is it gross to be proud of my nephew? It's fine. He's 18.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
I think it's fine.
What was the one element that he changed that was like contributing to his glow up?
Nothing. It was just more like he he just grew up and matured, but he was like a smart kid and kind of a little nerdier, and he like got into sports later, but he wasn't like very like bro-y. Like he's like really sensitive and sweet. And he wasn't very like bro-y. And I think like it was just a small enough place that everybody remembered him from being like younger. And then he went to like a big school and was like, I play football. Like, yeah, you do. He's way cooler than I am. I'm not cool at all. Okay, well, best of luck at college, and also study. Do that thing because I didn't do that. Boys aren't as important as studying.
That's true.
100%.
I'm 22, and I just wanted some advice on my past relationship. So we dated for about 4 years, and we got engaged for 2 years, and then we're set to get married just this past weekend. And I broke it off about a month and a half ago, and it seemed like a very mutual situation. We both were like, I just want the best for you, whatever. But then, he still lived with me for about 3 weeks after we broke up, and about 2 weeks into it, he kind of just stopped speaking to me and stopped, even like acknowledging my presence, and I was not sure what happened in any amount of time, and I'm not really sure how to handle the situation anymore because I'm not sure, should I reach out to him and say, hey, like, let's talk about this, or should I just move on, let go, whatever. I guess a little context on why we broke up. He was very emotionally unavailable. The sex life was freaking awful. I was becoming mentally unstable, and it was just a whole mess all around, and we both just didn't feel like we were ready to get married, nor did we want to get married to each other, and we were kind of just doing it to appease my family.
So, yeah, but now I feel like he just low-key really, 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 really hates me and is not actually wanting to be friends anymore, which he kind of hinted at wanting to be friends previously, so I'm not exactly sure.
Does anybody watch Love Island? This is very Jack and Danny. Nope. Cool.
No.
Thanks,
Nope.
guys.
What is that?
What? Okay, so you might not like the Great British Bake Off, but you would actually. Love Island is. You will love it. Do you know why? Do you know why? Oh, forgot to take my Adderall. Can you tell? You would. It's like Are You the One, but British meets Jersey Shore.
Okay.
You would love it. It's great.
And everyone's hot.
No.
No.
I mean, it depends on the season.
Okay.
This season, hella hot people. But in this past season, Danny is the girl and Jack is the guy. And they were, I'm not going to get into like the technicalities of the show because if everyone should fucking watch it. It's fantastic. It's also on every single night. There are like 60 episodes a season. You need subtitles though, because they have really thick accents. Or you're just smarter than me. So Danny and Jack were like together in a couple. So they're like paired in a couple. Then she decides that she's like, you know what? I just really like just see him as just a friend. And she's like really working herself about like super nervous to tell him this because she feels so bad. And it's like, I really like him as a person. I think like I obviously am attracted to him and I think he's awesome, but I just am not, I just don't think that it's it for me. And she felt super bad. And so she told him and he was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for saying that. That's exactly how I felt. I didn't know how to say that. And he's like, oh my gosh. And she's like, really? And he was like, yes, 100%. Like we're on the same page and they're high-fiving. And she's like, oh my God, like you're like my brother. Like I think you're just the greatest. He's like, oh my God, 100%. This entire time I've been like feeling guilty because I just see you as a friend. We cut to his confessional and he's like, I like her so much, but I just don't want her to feel bad. And I don't want her, and like I care about her so much. And I knew that would eat her up if I told her I really cared about her. So I just want to tell her what's going to make her feel better. And I mean, I'll ignore the rest because then the rest of the stuff isn't relevant to you. But that stuff, I wonder how much, as mutual as it might have seemed, if he knows that you were really unhappy, and if she's saying, the caller's saying that a lot of it had to do with the fact that he was like emotionally unavailable, and that it was like really taking a toll on her mental health. And so if he really cares about you and loves you, which I'm sure he does, and he can see that and he knows he's not the right guy for you, and clearly because like you are, it's just like he's not able to be the kind of guy he wants to be for you. It might have been kind of an amicable breakup that was just kind of him saving face, and that he's really hurt by it. I don't know if it means that he like, hates your guts, but I think it's pretty reasonable to not want to be friends with your like ex-fiance. I don't know. I've never been engaged, but like, I don't want to hit up my ex-boyfriends.
Yeah. I mean, 6 weeks before the wedding, that's pretty soon, but it didn't sound particularly amicable to me.
Really?
Yeah. It seemed like he was very emotionally closed off, and then she broke up with him. And then what happened? He got even more reserved and even more closed off. So he's continuing the pattern of behavior he was having in the relationship, and then just heightening it even more. So it's like he's kind of retreating into, his shell. He's probably, not able to like unable to like call it quits because you're living together, and that's a hard thing to do. But it sounds like I think the idea that she thinks that he implied that maybe he wanted to be friends and stuff. I really think he was probably just saying that, and like he doesn't really feel that, because it's totally valid that he wouldn't feel that. And not to like play devil's advocate or whatever, but you being so chill and being like, we can be friends and all that stuff, that probably really hurts him. That he might have just tried to make it as easy and has been like, oh, we agree. Like, yes, your mom, like we were getting married because there's like pressure from your family and all that stuff. I'm sure there was a part of him that maybe he can like rationally say like, yeah, those are contributing factors. But I think his emotions, I mean, I think you can be rightfully hurt in that and not expect. I mean, I wouldn't reach out, because that's what she asked, if she should reach out to him or if she should just kind of cut her losses. Are they still living together?
I think it was just for the first 3 weeks,
it just
right?
seems like they were.
Oh, they were.
They're not anymore.
They're not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, then I wouldn't reach out.
Well, I think it also it hinders his moving on process if you reach out to him, because even if that doesn't affect you and do anything, like I've oh my God, the amount of times that I've been like, get ghosted by a guy or like get dumped or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing so great. I'm moving on. Like, go me. It took me so long to get here. Mm-hmm. And then you get a text message being like, hey, and you're like, why, you fucker? Like, I was doing just fine. And I think, again, not to be a bitch to you, but there's a part of that kind of, when you know somebody, and I've also been guilty on the other side of it too, like when you know somebody has really strong feelings for you and that like you can always reach out to them, there is kind of an ego boost and something that feels nice about that. And that I think you need to know is like purely selfish. And this is something that you also wanted in this breakup, and that despite whatever he's told you, he's showing you that he's not doing super well. So I think the best thing to do, no matter how concerned you are about him, I don't think he wants to hear from you at all.
He was emotionally closed off before, so he probably didn't.
Something he wants to talk about his feelings now.
Yeah, he probably didn't actually say his true feelings when you broke up with him.
Mm-hmm. Just like Jack and Danny.
Wow.
Love
Island.
Honestly, if you ever watch it, you'd be like, the fact that you just fucking compared like this woman's like real life wedding getting canceled to Love Island. I'm so sorry if that offended you, by the way. But yeah, I think, and also he'll be better of like, he'll like move, like breakups are really hard to move on from. But
and while I'm shocked that they broke up right before the wedding, I mean, it seems like they might have been getting married for family reasons in the first place, which is really not the most ideal way to go into a marriage.
Yeah. And it's better to call it quits before the wedding than after the wedding.
Yeah.
I would assume.
So they say.
So they say. You're married. I'm not married. So.
Wow.
Yeah. And don't ever tell him that he can be like your brother.
Oh my God. Remember that? Oh my God. That one. Yeah. This guy broke up with this girl and he told her that she was the almost, right? It was the same one. So he told her, he was like, he broke up with her and he's like, I always like thought that you might be the one, but like, you're just like, you're almost the one, but you're not the one. And they've been together forever. And she was like, what? And he's like, yeah, you're almost it.
Oh, no.
And then after they broke up, he was like, I just really like you. And like, you can like be like my sister. And like, all
man.
yeah. She was like, it's fucking disgusting. I was like, yeah, it's nasty. You can never say that to someone you have had sex with. Right. And like, I see you as my brother. And they're like, that's so like, I'm concerned about your family life.
Oh my God. Almost is really not, it's not like lessening the pain
no,
anymore.
That's so mean.
You mean we're so close to being soulmates, but
like, so like relatives. So family. We were so close to being married as family, but like, now you just want to be
I'm going to give you a bronze medal. You're like,
so
almost first place.
Almost first place. You got a ribbon.
Got a ribbon? Got a participation ribbon.
Yeah, that's literally what that is.
His 5-year relationship gives you a participation ribbon.
And years of therapy. God.
Wow.
People are terrible. But yeah, you guys will be good. And you saved money, right? Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, you save at least half the deposit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, I don't know if you deposit. I mean, 6 weeks before, right? You might lose some deposit money.
Oh, but you don't spend all of it.
But you're not involved in any like legal business, like a divorce or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But you probably didn't have to pay the caterer yet.
True.
The band deposit is refundable.
You're such a dad.
The venue, you might lose some because like those book a year out, and come on, they're running a business here. Of course, the decorations you're going to do yourselves anyways, so you haven't bought them yet. Mason jars, florists probably refundable. Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back. Okay, guys, this podcast is brought to you by me jacking off my own dick. Ooh, I should have said sucking because that now is the jacking noise. Oh, fat. Oh. Oh, if there's only video here, you guys could see what we're doing. But let's just pretend we're just like whipping random like flaccid dicks against the mics.
We have a lot of fun.
We do. We just have like loose dicks hanging around out here. Okay, guys. So I'm going to take this time to promote ourselves. You guys have been so great leaving wonderful reviews on iTunes. If you haven't done that yet, what are you doing? All the fucking cool kids are doing it. They're saying nice things. They're being nice with their nice words and phrases. And a lot of them are also being punny and funny and cool. So hop on board. Be like the cool kids. Leave us a nice review on iTunes. And if you haven't checked out our new website, actually, no, not new website. revamped.
Improved.
It was, I went into a hole of redoing this website. It was me just putting off every other responsibility that I had. But go to don'tblameme.show, and there, not only can you like figure out where to listen to us, you can get all the links to all of that. You could also see some wonderful bios on me and Melissa, and some pictures of us being cool. You can also see we've got a little section with featured, gonna burp there, she did it. Featured episodes with some of like my personal favorite ones that are super funny and great, direct links. So now you never have to question which episode is the one where the girl fucked 3 brothers.
Yeah,
it's right there. It tells you which episode. You can also see the videos there, all of that stuff. And you can figure out the phone number, where to email us. But most importantly, it also links to our new Instagram page. We're hip. We're cool. We're on the Instagram.
The gram.
We're on the gram. We did it for the gram. We really did. Follow Don't Blame Me Pod. It also kind of looks like Don't Blame Meme Pod. I can't look at it any other way than Don't Blame Meme Pod. But follow us on Don't Blame Me Pod. Meme Pod. And we're going to be posting when new episodes are out, new videos are out, so you guys will know there too. And also we're going to be posting more behind the scenes stuff. So you'll see like what guests are here, like that we're recording episodes with. You'll see some great just BTS of Melissa and I just taking pictures.
We'll just take pictures of each other at the exact same time and post those.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be great. And it still has a pretty cute theme. I do have to say it's on myself because I'm anal and can't not do that no matter what it is. So guys, yeah, that's all I have nothing else to give. No more jizz to give of my own.
Just dry.
She's done. She finished. Okay, guys, back to the episode.
Let's hop on into the rest of the calls.
I'm 29 years old. I've been seeing this guy who I've kind of known forever. We met in college and we had a crush on each other, but it was platonic because I had a boyfriend. So fast forward to a few months ago, we had both just gotten out of long-term relationships, and he DM'd me, and we started texting, and we've seen each other a few times since then, which has been like 4 months. We were purposefully taking things slow because we had just gotten out of relationships and we didn't want to rush anything. But we immediately clicked and we started to develop feelings for each other. We started talking about future together and all that stuff. He is amazing and I honestly see myself with him for the rest of my life. But there's been a curveball. He told me yesterday that his ex recently contacted him and he realized that he still has feelings for her. He said that he doesn't want to lose me, but also doesn't want to drag me through an emotional roller coaster. I don't think he's the kind of guy who beats around the bush just from like all of our conversations. So I believe him when he says that he doesn't know what to do. He said his logic tells him not to go back to his ex, but he does have those feelings for her. We live a couple hours away from each other, and he said his ex lives even further. So that's also something. So do you think I should just back off and let him go back to his ex and figure things out, or should I fight for him? I'm kind of leaning towards fighting because I just feel in my heart that that's what I should do, but I don't know if that's unrealistic.
Yes, you fight for him!
Oh my God, I knew you were going to say that.
For him, yes.
I just think he's going to do whatever he's going to do. Like, you can't, as much as you fight for him, however much you put into this isn't going to change what he's going to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but if you back off completely and you just like assume, oh, he's going to go to his ex, then what if you haven't learned anything?
But I think if you tell him, if you're like, I thank you so much for being so upfront and honest with me. I really appreciate it. Like, that I think you're a really great guy and I obviously have these romantic feelings for you. I don't want to be either the reason you don't go to her and you regret it, and I don't want to stand in the way of whatever you want to do. Just know that like, I'm interested in you, but I'm going to support you. And I think you're a great guy, whatever decision you make. And I think by being, I know I hate being the cool girl, but being that person who says it and you're giving him the opportunity and the chance to then decide, because you're not giving him an ultimatum and all of this other stuff. Because even if, let's say like, if he ultimately wants to be with you, he's going to want to be with you so much more if he's the one who comes to that decision and doesn't feel obligated by what you say to him or sees how much effort you've been like putting in where he's like, fuck, I have to stick in this. He's going to be so much more into it and invested in it if he's like thought through everything and like made that decision.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. He has to be the one to decide. It sounds like he's a little conflicted. And of course, like, why wouldn't he? These are long-term relationships.
Why him and his ex broke up.
Well, I don't know. I wonder why she and her ex broke up. I mean, that's a long-term relationship breaking up. Of course, you're going to have very like complicated feelings. But the fact that he's telling it to her like straight up, like that's a level of like closeness and intimacy that they already have. You know, he's not sneaking around kind of being like, oh, like,
which he can't. He could totally could have done that.
So that for me is like a sign that the new relationship that they have is potentially very strong. Yeah. And so I wouldn't encourage her to like kind of fade away. I think what you said was a very mature way of saying it, where it's like, hey, like, you know, you have to decide, you know, between us, and I'm not going to stand in the way if you decide that I want to give it a chance with my ex. But, you know, what he can't do is let him kind of like do both. I don't know, do both at the same time. Yeah. Here's something that we didn't touch on that message. Yes. The ex lives farther away. Like, who wants a commute for your relationship?
I mean, logistically, I don't want to get your hopes up by saying any of this, but I'll say this, like, so that was like my real advice. And this is kind of like my fluffy advice that I'd say to my friend if she was really down. They already broke up once. They're going to break up again.
Exactly.
And she lives farther away. I guarantee you that if you can do that response, that very mature response I gave, she's probably not going to give that kind of response, because if they broke up once before, she's probably, and rightfully so, going to kind of want him to still be invested in a little more serious about her. And if she finds out that he's dating some other girl, like, just the relationship calibers are just different. So I don't suspect that she will give a similar answer. And also, you don't even know if she's actually wanting to get back together with him, or if he's kind of interpreting whatever like his ex is doing as like wanting that.
Right. It could be what you were saying earlier, where the ex reaches out just to make
to check
herself
in.
feel
and
good.
He's like, I think she wants to get back together. And like, meanwhile, she's like, oh, whoa, so not what I meant. Back away slowly. So yeah, it could be wishful thinking on his end. But I think it's also just, if you haven't talked about it in person, you can also probably gauge from how he's talking about it if he's just not ready to date at all yet.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, it's going to take time.
Yeah, because I mean, even if they don't end up together, like even if he picks you or whatever, he might like be dating you and realize like, I'm not ready to date yet. And I think if he's feeling so confused by these feelings from this ex, it also might mean that despite the fact that you guys have tried really hard to take it slow, that he's just too caught up in something from the past to actually give you guys like the right amount of attention he should, but doesn't mean that it won't happen in the future.
Yeah, I mean, they've known each other for a decade.
Yeah, and so you guys,
that's the cool part about that story.
That's really cute. That's like super cute.
It's like a movie.
It is like a movie, but I definitely had someone that I thought was like that I was like, we were like, oh my God, crush forever. Like, will they, won't they? Like, always had a boyfriend, girlfriend, different times, whatever. And then we went on one date and I was like, holy shit, I fucking don't like you at all. And he was like, I'm so glad we can finally date. I was like, oh no. So I'm glad it was the opposite for you guys. And give it some time, because she also got a really long-term relationship too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And talk to your guys' friends about it too. Mm-hmm. Also, his friends are probably going to be on her side, because they're like, don't get back with your ex. That's such a bad idea. Date cool Becky over here.
Cool
Becky's
Becky.
fucking sick.
Becky's cool.
Becky's fucking cool, dude.
You remember Becky?
Dude, she shotguns beers. And I just like, you know what I mean? Becky's fucking cool. So just know, Becky, you shotgun beers. That actually doesn't make you. I've never shotgun beer.
You haven't?
No, I can't. I'm allergic to gluten.
You seem so cool, though.
I'm not cool.
Cool Megan.
I'm not. Megan's
cool
not
Megan.
Old cool Megan used to be cool.
Oh.
But
no, I think
Megan's not cool.
No, I think you have a belly button piercing. You have a Wakanda
I guess
tattoo.
old Megan, 19-year-old Megan.
Yeah. So you're saying okay?
Yeah,
well.
she.
But that
she
was
died
like party girl Megan. This is now like legit cool.
Legit. Ooh, oh my God, I like that one better. I'm legit cool Megan. Honestly, Megan before was like a lukewarm mess. Like a microwaved mess.
She hadn't got to hot.
No, not at all. She was not a hot mess. It was pre-nose job. Like she was like not a hot mess. She was a cold, lukewarm mess.
Cold. Oh, lukewarm.
It was like sometimes
it's like food poisoning.
Yeah, like it was like just like
it was out on a counter.
Yeah,
for a
like you
while.
never took. Like you went to the grocery store, you left it there, Riverside heat, no AC.
Wow.
Like just a little over room temp.
I've never been cool.
You've never been
It
cool?
would surprise you to see it.
I mean, now
but-
that you're a dad, you can't be. You could be
Exactly.
a cool dad.
See,
but you
see,
can't
now
ever
that I'm
be
a
cool
dad,
now
that I'm a dad, I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for all along. I've just been like not cool.
You've been preparing.
waiting to be a dad. Now I'm like, this is right. This is like how you're supposed to be.
It's gonna be me when I'm 40 and like my Diane Keaton, like Nancy Meyers movie Kitchen. I'm gonna be like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting
I'm finally
for.
here.
I feel like my
I've
right
arrived.
age. I've arrived. Hello. That's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now you can be a cool dad, but you can never be cool.
No, but that's okay.
It is
'Cause
okay.
It wouldn't
Being
have
cool is-
happened anyways, right?
Yeah.
So, then
I want
you're
to
just
say
trying
being
to
cool is
force it.
overrated, but like I wouldn't know because I've never been cool. I had transition lenses, so therefore that kicks me out of the cool club forever.
I want to apologize to the person in the comments that says she always feels like she's being personally attacked whenever Megan brings up her transition lenses.
Dude, okay, you got to get rid of your transition lenses. Like, I'm telling you, you have to. Like, the correlation between, like...
Are those the flip sunglasses?
Whoa, no, they're not that
Okay.
They're the ones that do that on their own. Like, they're like... So, granted, also, I will say, technology's probably stepped up.
What's wrong with those?
Well, when I had
Says
them, they
the
never...
uncool guy.
Yeah, says the dad.
Those just seem functional and fashionable.
You like Tevas? I bet you fucking like Tevas, too.
I'm just saying they don't slip off your feet.
But like, no, transition lenses, mine never got fully light and they never got fully dark. And I also got mine tinted instead of black, which by the way, never got black. They got gray. I got dark pink.
It sounds like you just got the wrong transition
I
lenses.
did. So I mean, now this girl who has them in the comments, who I've also seen that, you probably have higher technology transition lenses. Next call. Sorry for that segue.
I enjoyed it.
I am 23 years old, and about 6 months ago, I entered a relationship with a married man. He is in an open marriage. His wife is fully aware that, he and I have kind of been together on and off. They are kind of into polygamy. I'm not sure about the whole label thing. Something that was totally new to me. I just met him, and I really liked him, and we started flirting, and then he told me that he was married, and I was like, well, I like him, so we'll give it a shot. Anyway, 6 months down the road, here we are. Everything's been fine, but I can see myself starting to fall in love with this man, and I'm not sure if I should back out now before it goes any further, because I'm not someone who wants to be in a polyamorous relationship. I'm very into monogamy when it comes to having that emotional connection. If it were just sexual, polyamory is fine with me, which is kind of where we've been for the last 6 months. But as things are getting more serious, I see that I am not okay with sharing this man with someone else if he's someone that I am, falling in love with and wanting to be with. So my question is, should I stop things before it gets to that point? Should I sit down and have this conversation with him? I don't know. I can't, it's not like I can ask him to leave his wife. And I mean, I don't know where to go from here. So a fresh set of eyes on the situation would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Oof.
It's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. I would. I wish there was a way, and I should ask. Gabby had so much knowledge on this. I want to ask her next time. The correct protocol about when somebody says they're in an open relationship, because my automatic response is to be like, I don't believe you, and I think that you're lying to your spouse. And so that's like, I wonder, I'm just so curious about that when the wife is okay with it and all of those kinds of things. I'm just curious from who she was told how she knows that. You know what I mean?
They've all hung out.
I mean, if they have, like, this is...
I imagine they all just sip tea together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And play
The girl who loves
Catan.
monogamy, who's literally with a married man. I mean, I think we would all say leave.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to what you want, right?
Yeah.
And like what the husband and wife want is a open relationship, and so this is fine for them. But if she wants a monogamous relationship, then this is not a good situation.
And I don't believe monogamy is for everybody. And I also don't believe that one person will necessarily make you want to be monogamous. Like, I think if like that's in your instinct that you like a monogamous relationship or you don't, I don't think who your partner is going to change your own desire. And I think the only thing that would change is like if you're trying to do that for them. It's the phrase of when people cheat or whatever, which this doesn't sound like cheating because it sounds like his wife knows too, but it's like how you get him is how you lose him. You got him as being part of an open relationship, and that's not something that's going to probably change that he wants. So even if you told him like I don't want you to be with anybody else, even for the time being, if he was like, yeah, I'll leave my wife, I'll be with you, I'm gonna assume that he's also gonna then a couple of months, a year down the road be like, so I want to start seeing other people, but I still really have feelings for you. So I just don't think, I think you entered into something knowing what it was, and there's not really a way to change it.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it seems like everything was going great for her.
Yeah.
But then there's deeper feelings involved, and they're just not compatible.
And I think it's okay to think, like, go into something and like think, I can totally handle this. Like, yeah, this is cool. This is like purely just sexual. Like, there's no romance here.
Totally.
And then be like, oh wow, I'm in over my head. Actually, I can't do this. Like, there's no shame in that. Like, you can tell him, hey, I thought I could do this, and as time has gone on, I've really grown to have feelings for you. And then I think what you really have to do is just cut him off and not give him the opportunity to like be the guy that you want him to be, because it's going to, whether it doesn't disappoint you now, I think it'll disappoint you later. And just like tell him and be like, I really thought I could handle this. I thought that this could be purely just physical, but I've developed feelings for you, and monogamy is something that I really want with a partner, and I'm no longer okay with this. And I know that you're married, and I understand that, and I respect that. So I don't want you to leave your wife. I don't want you to change or do anything. I just like had to say my piece, and like, it's been great. Deuces. See ya. Never. Bye. Like that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Do it like that too, with the peace sign. Deuces. See you later. Never. Bye.
Yeah. I recommend checking out the episode with Gabby Dunn, because she does go very much into detail, saying that you can't enter a polyamorous relationship and expect the people that are already polyamorous to change. You have to be open to it too.
And it's okay if you're not. And it's okay if you thought that you were and you like got in over your head. And he shouldn't make you feel guilty or try and like find a way to compromise to make you stay. Because monogamy is just it's a massive thing. It's like not deciding if you whether want to have kids or not. You're not going to be with somebody and be like, well, I'll just like hopefully just get them pregnant, like, and then they have to have a kid. Like, it's not. It's something that you would want someone to respect how he approaches a relationship, and respect how you want it to, and know that just because he's great and awesome, there's going to be a guy who's even better and more awesome and all that stuff who wants to be monogamous.
Right.
Yeah. You're sleeping on your I don't like the word soulmate, but yeah, you're like sleeping on that. I mean, not.
They're out there.
Yeah.
And it's unfair to ask that person to change.
Yeah.
If just to fit what you want, because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just, you have to respect their choices as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Sticky situation though.
Yeah, wow. Really threw me for not one loop, but two loops.
Straight up.
I thought it was a cheating situation, and then it was a poly situation.
We've had a lot of callers who've like gotten with married men. And not that I'm saying like, wow, that's like really cool. It's just one of those things that I just want to be friends with them just so I can hear all about their lives. Going on to the next.
We're on to Producer's Corner.
Producer's Corner. AA. Everybody's favorite section, where Melissa tells us either your favorite call, either a callback, so somebody's called to update us on their life, or somebody who either has some new fresh insight or hated the advice that I gave, thought I was stupid, or had some personal like experience with something we talked about. So either they correct us or they tell us we did great. I like when they tell us that we did great. Or they're like, Megan, you did amazing.
You should get a transition lenses commenter to call.
Oh God, she's gonna chew me out. She's like, stop talking shit on. I want to see hers. That's what I want. I want to see hers. We'll do a side by side with mine and hers because like mine were like the 2004 ones.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a caller calling in with more insight on another call. This is from an episode with Ashley Perez, but we've talked about this in multiple episodes about getting closure.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is somebody with
the fake idea of closure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Megan, I'm just calling about your episode with Ashley Perez when you talked all about closure and trying to get closures in relationships. I saw a great tweet the other day, and I don't remember who it was from, and I wish I did so I could give them credit, but it said something along the lines of, do you really want closure, or do you want to give this boy the opportunity to say what you want him to say? And that really resonated with me, and I think it would resonate with the listeners that called in thinking they wanted closure in a relationship. I was with this boy for like 2 years, and we were on and off, and every time I called him to be like, can we just get coffee because I want closure, it like was totally just me being like, I'm giving him a chance to say the things I want him to say, and by that time he had figured out what he would need to say basically so he can get back in bed with me. So you don't need closure, girl. Just like move on, find someone else. You need to write yourself a letter and like address it to the boy. You don't need to actually talk to him, because do you really want to talk to him, or do you want him to say the things that he's figured out he needed to say? So that's my advice.
Cute. I actually did have a friend who I think I've said it before, where the only time that closure ever worked, she tried to get closure for years and years and years with like her ex-boyfriend who like treated her like shit. And then like 3 years later, he like out of the blue called her and was like, I want to let you know I like never appreciated what I had, and like you were the greatest girl that was ever in my life and all that stuff. And she was like, I literally made you get lunch with me like every like 6 months for 2 years to get you to say that, and it took all of these years later to say it. And she was like, I don't even care now. Like by the time that he said all that, she was like, oh, I don't care at all. Like what the fuck was that? But we were like, you're the only girl who's ever heard it. She was like, it's over. Like by the time you hear it, you don't care at all. And you're like, why are you calling me? I feel so uncomfortable. Yeah. How do you feel about closure? Do you believe that it's a thing?
Wow. I guess I thought I did. Yeah. I guess
this podcast has changed you.
Yes, podcast has changed me. I guess I realized that, you know, all that what they're saying, where, you know, closure is just a way to like kind of try to get back together with someone.
Yeah.
But I would think that as opposed to like ghosting, you
yeah,
know, like
but I mean, like a breakup's
I believe
different.
in like a you know, a distinct breakup, like a, you know, a clean end to something. I guess the concept of closure, it seems like more of an emotional thing where it's like not just the breakup, but it's sort of like I need to have a full understanding of why this relationship ended. Who am I before? Who am I now?
You need like a dissertation.
Yeah.
Can I change?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. Like, I think that you're exactly right with closure is it's an emotional and personal thing that you're like, and everyone has an idea of what they want to hear, but not what they need to hear. Right. And so there's like, well, no, I don't have closure until you tell me you want to get back together with me. And
yeah, like, exactly. But that's not closure. That's not closure. That's
like,
just
there's only one thing you can speak. You can say 10,000 things, but it's only this one is the closure. You have to say that one. I hope you did get the buzzword.
I mean, the real way that you're going to find that emotional solace is by looking within yourself. You're not going to get it from somebody else.
That's what we said in the episode with Ashley. That I'm like, if someone contributed to your whoever contributed to your breakup is not going to contribute to you getting over said breakup. Like that's like, they're not related. Like if they ruined it, they're not going to fix it. But yeah, I think that's right. And good job on that tweet. I love when you read tweets and you're like, oh, wow, cool. Look at this. This person's right. And then you don't steal it for yourself. But I have gone to this issue where now I will, I'll read like Twitter moments or tweets and then tell a friend of mine, I'm like, so I read this article and I'm like, no, that was a lie. That was a tweet. I was like, I watched this documentary. No, it was a YouTube video. It was 4 minutes long. And I just try and make myself sound smarter.
It was a long form that I could sum up in 180 characters. 100%. But I definitely read 5 pages worth of very insightful.
It was a thread.
Yeah.
It was a whole thread. It may be a story. Like I did it. I read the things. But yeah, that's our episode, guys. Thanks so much for being on the episode.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people check you out on the internet?
Oh, you can go to youtube.com/tryguys or join our Patreon at patreon.com/tryguys.
Hell yeah.
The Try Guys, new channel, new company.
It's good, guys. It's Try Guys 2.0.
Yes.
Maybe
sure
3.0.
is. Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow,
you got a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
It's very good. And you've been Instagram too. People can see your life.
Yes. Find my Instagram at Ned Fulmer, FULMER.
Fantastic. And if you guys like this episode, make sure to subscribe in the Apple Podcast app or on SoundCloud. And then we'll also have the website where you can figure out where else to listen to it at don'tblameme.show. And if you are just listening and you want to watch the YouTube video version, head on over to my YouTube channel. It'll be linked in the description of this as well, or like the whatever. There's words when you listen to a podcast. You just have to click some things and you'll find the words.
Description.
Yeah.
Show notes. Whatever. It's all the
Click
same.
the words.
Click the words. And in those words, you will also find Melissa and I's, our socials.
Yeah.
You can find us. You can follow us on Instagram. You can see when we go boxing together.
Mm-hmm.
And this week you might see when I punch her in the face. So check that out. Make sure you follow for some premium content. If you guys have something going on in your life that you would like some advice on for an upcoming episode, leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. International callers, send an audio file to meghanpodcast@gmail.com. And we will see you next week. Goodbye. Don't Blame Me is a production by me, produced, directed, and edited by Melissa DeMont. Post-production sound by Chris Henry, production assistant Julie Carley, and music by Giacomo Picasso and Ryan Hunter. I'll see you guys next week, and don't blame me if your life, completely fucks up before then. Oh.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that ShopPay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent, and I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast, and with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The Heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
Hey, are you ready for some real talk and some fantastic laughs? Join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
We're serving up 4 hilarious shows every week designed to entertain and engage and, possibly enrage you.
In Don't Blame Me, we dive deep into listeners' questions, offering advice that's funny, relatable, and real.
Whether you're dealing with relationship drama or you just need a friend's perspective, we've got you.
Then switch gears with But Am I Wrong, which is for listeners who didn't take our advice and want to know if they are the villains in the situation.
Plus, we share our hot takes on current events and present situations that we might even be wrong in our lives. Spoiler alert, we are actually quite literally never wrong.
But wait, there's more. Check out See You Next Tuesday, where we reveal the juicy results from our listener polls from But Am I Wrong?
And don't miss Fisting Friday, where we catch up, chat about pop culture, TV, and movies. It's the perfect way to kick off your weekend.
So if you're looking for a podcast that feels like a chat with your besties, listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.